Against the advice of basically everyone around him, Donald Trump looks like he is in fact gonna do it. He bleated today, "Hopefully today will turn out to be one of the most important days in the history of our capital C country." I don't think it's going to. You announcing you're gonna run for president is interesting because you're doing it so early. It is a massive show of weakness that seems to have been lost on you. Nobody sees it as a sign of strength, buddy. It's very pathetic, maybe historically pathetic, but I think that's the only reason it'll be remembered. Anyway, it's coming tonight. He's gonna give a speech at Mar-A-Lago. He's gonna announce that he's running. That part we all know about. The only thing that remains to be seen and remains to potentially be relished by me is how viciously he's going to attack his potential opponents in this speech. I had assumed as of like a week or two ago that he's gonna slow roll the attacks, maybe wait until the actual election start, the debate start, see if they're attacking him. But that has not been the case. He's already been quite vicious with Ron DeSantis. We're gonna give you an example of that in just a little bit. Jessica, what are your expectations for the announcement tonight? Or do you think it's way too premature to even care?
That's a great question. I think that it's gonna be one of those situations where Fox News and all of the conservative pundits do the same thing that they did when he first took a shot at Ron DeSantis, saying he's Ron DeSanctimonious. They're gonna freak out. They're gonna be like, mom and dad are fighting, which is something they directly said the last time that they were arguing with each other. And I think it's just gonna be these two guys having an ego contest against each other. But I think the Republican Party is gonna lean DeSantis, and we're gonna see Trump completely melt down.
Yeah, I'm really trying to think this through. Okay, for once, I don't normally do that with this job. I mostly coast, but I think you're right that they are going to line up behind him, and I would say that they're even doing it more publicly than I expected they would at this point. I thought that there would be a lot of talks behind the scenes with donors and like people who had dabbled in Never Trump, but no, like they're pretty openly after the midterm saying that they want it to be Ron DeSantis. The issue remains to be seen though, how much does any of that matter? If all of the establishment Republicans line up behind Ron DeSantis and a bunch of the big donors line up behind him, does any of that provide anything more than a paper shield against Ron DeSantis standing on a stage with Donald Trump and Donald Trump calls him a little girl? And all the MAGA people like chortle to themselves and that's it for Ron DeSantis. That may not happen. Maybe he won't do that. I don't think that's super likely. Or maybe it won't work. Maybe Ron DeSantis has bought enough like investment from the MAGA people of the last 2 years by like endlessly focusing on like bisexual second grade teachers and trans people reading stories. I don't know, whatever culture war stuff he's focusing on, let alone all of the COVID stuff where he willingly sacrificed tens of thousands of Floridians to look cool. Maybe that will be enough to protect him, but I still think that Donald Trump, while not possessing many talents, can viciously take apart toadies like Ron DeSantis. And I expect he's gonna do it. And I think that the Republican base loves that stuff. I think they are gonna jump into the mockery of Ron DeSantis, but I don't know, do you disagree? Do you think Ron DeSantis is gonna be able to defend himself on the debate stage?
I don't know. I think there are a lot of people who really like Ron DeSantis and are going to be super torn, but I know it's going to be entertaining for all of us throughout this primary. It's going to be the most fun primary ever for us to watch Ron DeSanctimonious and Donald Trump tear each other apart. But at the end of the day, I do think the Republican Party base, whether MAGA or typical conservatives, will line up behind Ron DeSantis if it's Ron DeSantis. I don't know what will happen if Trump wins this primary again.
Yeah, look, I think here's why I want the fight. I want the fight because it is just gonna be fun. That's it. I know that I'm supposed to have loftier ambitions or whatever, but like honestly, everybody get off my back. My mind has been ground down to a nub doing this job for the last decade. Can I have fun for one political season, please? But beyond that, I think the prospects for Donald Trump versus Ron DeSantis in this primary are very similar to the Republican strategy in the midterm, the Democratic strategy in the midterms of like literally supporting people like Mastriano and Bolduc. It was a very risky move that, credit to the horrible neolibs in charge of the Democratic Party, seems to have paid off in a number of these races. Credit where credit is like somehow due. But it is risky. I think Donald Trump being the Republican nominee raises the odds that a Democrat wins, but it also raises the stakes if a Democrat loses. I think that Trump would be more dangerous than a Ron DeSantis. So I don't know, we're gonna have to see. It's gonna be very exciting no matter what. But anyway, I love also that you've jumped into the Ron DeSanctimonious. You like that. I was pushing for him to switch to Ron DeSadness. I thought that was dumber. Although I did see something, I'm trying to find who said it in the chat. It was just Rhonda Santis. You get it? It's like
Rhonda
a girl's
Santis.
name. Rhonda Santis. I could see him doing that. It's no stupider than Coco Chow or Glenn Youngkin or whatever. Wrong DeSantis. It could get real dumb up in here really fast. We'll have to see.
And Ron DeSantis pronounced his own name in an ad, DeSantis. I'm Ron DeSantis.
He did?
Yeah. And Jared and I were like,
name?
are we getting this wrong? Is he getting his own name wrong? Who's wrong here?
I don't know. Maybe once Trump said it that way and he felt to get the MAGA people to like him, he had to keep saying it.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.